I'm still with Isabel Oakeshott, Talks International editor. Isabel, now we think this is breaking news. It's somewhat confusing, but we're pretty certain that a third migrant has now succeeded in blocking his deportation flight to France. This is an Eritrean man who was due to be on a flight tomorrow morning, Wednesday at 9 a.m. at the High Court, Tuesday night, sort of nowish. The judge agreed that he would not be sent back after he claimed a modern slavery defence and also cited the terms of the European Convention on Human Rights. It's slightly confusingly written, but I'm pretty certain this is the third migrant not to actually be deported under the one in, one out scheme. So it's 3-0 now to the migrants. So there was one blocked on Monday, yesterday, one blocked yesterday, another today, and there will be another one tomorrow. So that's 3 and counting. This is another catastrophe. As we discussed earlier, even if they do start to get any of these migrants back to France on the one in, one out scheme, so what? You know, they're talking about sending 40 a week back. Something like 2,000 a week are coming the other way illegally. It's clearly not a deterrent, so I don't know what the hell it is for. Your thoughts?
Well, let me just comment first on the numbers. I actually heard this morning from sources within Mighty, the Home Office contractor that is responsible for deportations, that 3 were originally slated to be removed yesterday. And the reason that we only sort of heard about one is only one actually ever made it anywhere near the plane. The other 2, the teams, I assume from Mighty, although they may have been other contractors, went to do what's sort of known as the pickup. And those individuals never left whatever form of detention they were in. So there were always, as I understand it, at least 3 that were involved in planned removals due to take place yesterday. And now what we're hearing is the sort of details of how each of these cases is being held up by the courts. And, you know, I can't see how this isn't going to affect every single removal. You know, and each of them will come up with some.
It's a pattern building up, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, each case is being regarded individually by rapacious lawyers who are making good money out of carrying on playing this ridiculous circus. And I just think the scheme should be abandoned. It's quite patently never going to work. And I am worried that we're going to accept some returns from the French, even though none have gone over. None of our lot got back to France. But there is a suggestion that France is due to send a bunch of their lot over to us. I mean, they do anyway, so I'm not sure we'd make any.
Yeah, that's right. No, but officially, you're right. There's a word that some flight full of migrants from France might be coming into Britain on Saturday. I hope to God that's not true.
Just another lot that will be going as more boats make their way over.
That will be terrible. Now, just to talk about the money involved, every migrant is likely to have about 6 Home Office security guards on these flights. Plus there will be a medic. So you've got 7 other tickets. They're sending them back, Air France scheduled flight. That's 650 quid a ticket. So every single migrant, in terms of flying them back to Paris, I presume that's where they'll fly, in a flight that will cost you and me on Ryanair or something about 45 quid. Every single flight for these migrants, 650 quid is the scheduled ticket. So every single migrant will cost us £4,550 to get back to Paris. It's just unbelievable, isn't it?
In reality, it'll be way, way more than that. I don't understand how it's 650 quid. Who's ever paid that just to go to Paris? I don't get it.
The government.
I mean, you know, you and I were talking yesterday. How about they go on a boat? You know, they seem to get here fine on a boat. But the other thing I find baffling about this was that there was ever a suggestion, or that there is still any suggestion, of using a commercial airline like Air France, because what is going to happen is that airline is going to come under unbelievable public pressure from the usual suspects, writing in, talking about boycotting the airline, you know, targeting the individual pilot. You can just see it, can't you?
Yeah.
Why aren't we putting these individuals either on a boat? I think we could charter a pretty basic boat to get them back over safely, and maybe we could drop them off at the halfway line and the French could collect them like they do to us. Or alternatively, why aren't we just chartering a flight? I mean, that is actually what happens with most, if not many anyway, difficult removals. You know, many of the time, the government, the Home Office does effectively charter aircraft because it's all such a mess, and they don't particularly want scenes on the plane. There are civilians on there.
Well, the thing is, I doubt if they'll ever get anyone in the air. I said this right from the beginning, from the moment that this was announced. I'm not one to say I told you so, but I told you so. Before we go to break, here's me predicting exactly what's happening right now. I said right from the start, what's going to happen is a load of immigration lawyers will come in at the last moment, citing the ECHR, and we'll never get a migrant off the ground. So here am I. These left-wing judges interpret the ECHR according to their worldview, and that is that you know, Britain is bad and foreigners are great. Luckily, Robert, I don't have much of a reputation, so I had no compunction about putting my reputation on the line when the one-in, one-out scheme came into play on August the 4th. I said, I bet you, this is supposed to be a deterrent. I said, I bet you they don't get a single migrant back from Britain into France from Britain. I bet you they don't get a single one. And here we are. What is it? What is that? Is that two? Where are we at? Getting on for 2 months on. The score is 5,500 in, none out. You see, aren't I brilliant? Let's go to break, Isabel. And by the way, that wasn't the only time I said that. I said that right from the word go. What is happening now was always blindingly obvious. Only Keir Starmer and Yvette Cooper didn't seem to be able to predict this. Let's go to break, and when we come back, we'll talk about the continuing efforts by the left to demonise what happened on Saturday, the Unite the Kingdom March. Sadiq Khan, who's just had a nice little pay rise, now gets 170 grand a year, warning people ahead of that. Oh, you must be terrified, the poor people of London, you know, come together and fight this far right. He said in a statement to the people of London, he used the term far right 3 times. We'll bring you some other examples of that. It was not a dangerous event. It was not violent. 25 arrests, something like at least 200,000 people there, even more. It was extremely light-hearted, it was fun, it was a party atmosphere. So all these attempts to demonise what happened on Saturday, I think are pretty annoying. We'll bring you a couple of examples, so stay tuned, folks.